Latin America, a region of vibrant cultures and rich histories, has long been shaped by the presence of caudillos or strongmen, as others say. These charismatic and often authoritarian leaders have risen amidst social unrest and economic disparities, leaving indelible marks on their nations throughout history. The term caudillo emerged in the 19th century, describing leaders who filled power vacuums post independence. Figures like Juan Manuel de Rosas in Argentina and Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna in Mexico exemplify this era, wielding personal armies and ruling with iron fist. These leaders often justify their authority through promises of orders and national unity, yet their regimes frequently suppressed dissent and centralized power. As the 20th century unfolded, the caudillo archetype evolved. Leaders like Fulgencio Batista in Cuba and Augusto Pinochet, really known in Chile, seized power through coups, establishing military dictatorships that prioritize control over democratic processes. These regimes often operate under the guise of anti-communism or economic reform, yet were marked by human rights violations and suppression of freedoms. In recent decades, the caudillo legacy persists. Hugo Chavez of Venezuela utilized populist rhetoric and oil wealth to consolidate, consolidate power, fostering a cult of personality that endures beyond his death. Simil- Similarly, leaders like Nayib Bukele in El Salvador and Javier Milei in Argentina, that are the most recent ones, have adopted strongman tactics, leveraging social media and public sentiment to challenge traditional institutions. Despite the allure or decisive leadership, the caudillo model often undermines democratic principles. Concentrated power can erode check and balances, leading to cycles of repressions and instability. Yet, the resilience of civil society and the push of transparency continue to challenge authoritarian tendencies, striving for a more equitable and democratic future. Latin America communities. The history of Latin American strongmen is, is complex as tapestry woven with threads of charisma, control, and resistance. As the region moves forward, the question remains will the shadows of caudillos fade or will new figures emerge to continue their legacy? That's a question that we all are asking. With, with the new figures, how I said, with Nayib Bukele, Javier Milei, and sometimes, and if we think another we can think of probably some people who said Maduro, but Maduro is not is not always a caudillo. He is mostly a type of dictator, but at the end, a caudillo is more representative, like how I say Hugo Chavez. At the end, we have to ask, for example, in a country like Costa Rica, if one day we'll have a caudillo, a caudillo with president like Rodrigo Chavez right now, that is trying to utilize a power similar to caudillos. And that's a question. And for the future is enigma for right now. At the end, we just have to wait and procure that doesn't happen and feel that the democratic elections still have the enough power to not let that happen.